Hi, I'm Quint. I'm reporting to you from Peru. And before I left for this country to take the Salcantay trek, I wound up looking at all kinds of different backpacks. Bought a few, settled on one, and this is the Durston Wapta 30. And I've been putting it to the test now for a few days. I'm put it to the test a few days before I left for Peru. You're going to see a little bit of that. It's been through some water. It's been through a lot of heat. Now it's getting some cold testing, and it's getting some miles put on it. And I've got a few things to say over the course of this video. The Durston Wapta 30. We'll be talking about it at length.
Hi, folks. Over the last several weeks, I've been online and I've been trying to figure out a really good day pack that I might be able to take to Peru to help me and be my day-to-day friend for the Salcantay trek. And we're going to be doing that in about a month. And so I've done a lot of through hiking, short-term through hikes, usually 3, 4, 5 days, nothing more than that, nothing more grandiose. But I didn't really have anything that I felt like was a good day pack for what we're going to be experiencing in Peru. And so through the course of my investigation, my reviews, I have ordered a few packs. And today I received from Durston Gear the Wapta 30. And when I was looking online for reviews and things like that, it became pretty apparent to me that there were a couple of unboxings and people looked at the Wapta 30 from Durston, but they never really put it to the test and there wasn't any kind of follow-up feedback. So what I thought I would try to do is kind of start to finish, from getting the bag to using the bag and training to taking it in the field, try to provide some videos that might help others like me help make a decision about what bag might be best for them. It's probably worth pointing out here early on that I'm no dainty creature and that I'm a little bigger than others. I'm about 6'1", 240, and I have quickly discovered that some bags that are considered day bags are not meant for people in my size and with my frame. And so I'm not sure that the Wapta 30 is going to do that either, but we're going to find out, and we're going to find out together. So here is the unboxing. This is my first take, and I guess if you're unboxing something, you only get one shot at unboxing it. So here we go. And as we get it, we get the sticker. I'm already kind of a fan of Durston, that I have the X-Mid tent, which I've used a couple of times and really, really like with my trekking poles. So here is the backpack itself, and it's got a separate packaging for the waist belt. And at first glance, I mean, this is basically, what I expected and what is advertised, and it is super light. But at first glance, what we see is this graphite material that they advertised. The folks at Durston say this is a feature-rich bag, and there's some things I'm really interested in using and determining for myself. Is it worth it? And that one of those things is this bag pocket down below at the bottom of the bag. The way they've got this set up to where you can put cordage on the outside, and the way that this outside pocket really works on the back. And this versus what we traditionally find in terms of mesh. This is not mesh. This is an elastic that's been covered and protected, and the same type of material back with drain holes in the bottom. I'm fascinated about with this bag, how accessible it's going to be to access water bottles as we're walking. And then I also really like and want to use these holders on the front strap, which are mesh, and for phones, sunglasses, and stuff like that. I think that's going to be a really nice feature. So stay tuned, folks. This is just me getting home from work and being very excited about what came in the mail and checking it out at first glance, but it's as expected, as billed, and we'll go from here. Hi folks, back again. Just did a couple miles today, and you're going to see that I'm on pavement, I'm wearing running shoes, but I did a real traditional trail hike yesterday. Did a few miles with the new Durston pack, and still trying to get a feel for it. All in all, a big thumbs up to what this backpack is, what it is, and what it can do. So a couple of observations. Like today, we went up and down hundreds and hundreds of steps to try to get those muscles activated, and this backpack stayed on really nicely, did not bounce around, felt very comfortable. I got about 12 pounds in here. That includes water. Maybe go up a few more pounds if we're really doing long day hikes with more necessary supplies, but I should be in the sweet spot generally for that range of weight. A couple things. This sternum strap I wish was about another inch longer, because when I have something in here, and this is by the way, this is great for holding a phone, and this is awesome for holding sunglasses. When you're really tired and you're putting this thing back on, that's not a lot to grab on when you got stuff in the way, and it takes a little bit more time. If they had about another inch, you wouldn't have to navigate around whatever's in here. You grab it a little easier, get it up there and cinch it. The obvious workaround is just to loosen it real well before you undo it. That way you have, but there's just not a lot to get on there. My thumb on each side. That was side pockets. Better. There's a tightener right here, so you can take that elastic and you can tighten it up and loosen it up to get a little bit more bite, and they're really easy to have open and close one-handed. I thought that was awesome. I'm carrying 2 bottles right now, and to get one of those bottles out was really no problem at all. I have terrible shoulders, and so as that was sitting there, I basically just went and flipped it up from the bottom. Getting it in, most people I think could do it. Me, with my limitations, probably not, but to ask someone to help or take it off and put it back in, no big deal. So far, positive all the way around. I've really enjoyed the pack, and we'll check in with you later. All right, we're on about mile 6 or 7, and it's raining pretty hard, but I feel really good about this pack because it is totally waterproof. Seam sealed, crazy. Side pockets are waterproof. I put my phone, everything down in there, so I'm feeling pretty good. Got a few observations about the pack though. I got some cheap poles in Cusco that I wound up buying, because you can buy them for about as cheap as you can rent them. And there's really no place to store them on this pack, and I fortunately brought a couple of hiking pole straps, and there's not a great spot to put them that I could see. Hey, these side pockets right here and right here are solid gold. This fits my camera perfectly. I put my sunglasses in the other one. I love it. All right, welcome back. This is going to be the last portion of the video, and I appreciate your patience. If you've made it this far, then you have the patience of Job. But I've had fun doing the video and putting it together. That trip we had to Peru and up through the Salcantay Pass, it was wonderful. It was the trip of a lifetime, and my trusty companion was the Wapta 30, and I've got favorable comments really all the way around about this bag. This was a strap that I bought on Etsy from a place called Some Dave Gear. He does a real nice job of putting these S carabiners, and I used this to kind of give me some flexibility and configuration. I fixed each side to the daisy chain, and instead of having this closure up top, which is a roll down buckle closure, you can reconfigure, and these clasps and buckles match up perfectly, and you can just go ahead and cinch this down like that. That also might give you a little bit of extra protection for your outside pocket closure if you don't have this bag completely full. I like that. This also gives you some flexibility. You can go back to the original closure top and go side to side, and you can maybe, and I know this bag is a little crinkly with my microphone, but it's been a good bag and not noisy. Just really close to my microphone, but you can hang wet socks off this, so you could uh, you know, put a jacket and just kind of tuck it over and let it hang. Anything else you might think about? Good hip belt. I think I mentioned the pockets are great, perfect size for a phone, waterproof, and you can take this entire hip belt off just by removing it, pull it out of that pocket, and then I would just roll that up tightly. We spent a lot of time in airports getting from the Midwest down to Atlanta, down to Lima, up to Cusco. And then so I just rolled that thing up when I was in the airport so this wasn't flopping around, and just put it in the bottom pocket, this closure down here. One observation about that is, it could be open on both sides, make it a pass through, less secure, more prone to dropping some things or something falling out of there. I kept my hat, my gloves in there. I like that. I like knowing they were pretty darn secure. This is nice and tight. But you can make that a pass through, I suppose. Or you want to not do that. There's more daisy chains here right above that with 2 tie downs on the back side. And so you could tie down whatever you need to and extend the bottom a little bit if you'd like. This belt, I wish it was the type that didn't, pretty rudimentary, and you tighten it from the inside out, so you pull that way, versus there's some other day packs that I've seen, tried on, almost purchased, that tighten from the outside in. And some of the more upscale packs, I really prefer that. I've got a Gossamer Mariposa 60, or yes, and I've used it a bunch, and that's my biggest complaint. I wish I had a better belt that I could tighten from the outside in and get 2 points on the belt and pull down to the center of the strap. So I know we're shaving weight here and there on this pack because it is extremely light. But there's some places you might be willing to pay a little weight penalty. That might be one. The other one might be on the shoulder straps. And I like the shoulder strap, and I like the S curve configuration. But down below, where the shoulder strap has a little mini strap to attach, this shoulder adjustment is really thin. This is pretty small material. The strap is, and it's got a little bitty buckle, which is, about the size of my fingernail. And so when you have weight on and you're trying to loosen that tension and trying to relieve some pressure on your shoulder strap, this buckle doesn't get it. It's just not enough. I had, over tensioned, and I just kept messing with that thing and trying to get it to release, and it was just hard. Don't know why, other than it's just too small and dainty. So I think it's worth beefing that up, and would appreciate that from a user standpoint. So I mentioned this. This is the Z-Pack bag that I bought to try to accommodate my concern if I have keys or a wallet. I don't really want to drop that down into this bag because there's no internal pockets on the main portion of the bag. And so to get over that obstacle, I purchased this. It has 2 adhesive tags that go on the inside of the bag. Very secure, worked great. So on the inside main portion of your bag, I just affixed this to the back towards the top. And I had 4 passports in here and a wallet, and then has 2 buckles at the top. So if you want to remove this from the inside of your bag, put it in your pocket and go to town, you can. Otherwise, it just remains permanently stowed inside your bag. And I thought this was a major, major upgrade for me. Durston ought to think about doing something like this and making it either a portion of the bag as configured or an add-on feature, because this is, I think, irreplaceable and a must-have if you're going to do anything internationally or even locally. You just want to know where that stuff is. You want to know, if I need my wallet, I need my keys, to know exactly where they're at, and I'm not going to worry about it. All in all,
A wonderful bag, a great first iteration, allows for some ways for you to kind of do with the bag what you want. I did some cordage on the side on my own once I got back from Peru. And even though I kind of complained about this one strap not really being able to get done and have the flexibility to secure this entire portion of the side, this cordage I added, I think allows some more flexibility in terms of stowing some things. You could take an umbrella, push it down in there, and it's ready to go right now. Or maybe put your hiking poles down in there, and you're ready to go. And then if you really want to cinch it down, then you can use the strap that was provided, really pull down. So all in all, great pack. 8.5 out of 10 is what I'm going to grade it out as. I'm sure they'll come up with a few extra additions or improvements on the next one. But this was a wonderful companion. I look forward to using it in the years to come. And I wish you all happy trails.
Oh, Sarah, here we go again. I can't get past the pain. Water won't set